All right, hello. Welcome to topic 6. So, this is your second to the last topic. Bear that in mind. Check out that grade book. Are you missing assignments? If you are, reach out to me. Let's get them reassigned, and you can do them. If you have questions, let me know. But let's get things done. Okay, so this week, we're looking at the 20th century wars and the Depression. So, if you watch the news, we are pretty much always at war somewhere, and we always have been. We don't always have these formal declarations of war, but after World War II, President Truman implemented his policy of containment of communism, and President Eisenhower took that a step farther. But what it did is this policy of containment of communism. That's how we got into the Korean War. Communist North Korea invaded Democratic South Korea, so we went to South Korea to bolster. Same thing with Vietnam. Communist North Vietnam invaded Democratic South Vietnam. We went to Vietnam to bolster. So these policies that are instituted by presidents, they can last long after the president has left office. President Truman left office in January of 1953. We went to Vietnam in August of 1964 is when Congress passed the Gulf of Tonkin resolution. So that's something to think about when you're electing your officials. Okay, so this week we're looking at World War I. Why did U.S. policy change? Originally, when World War I broke out, we were very isolationist. You people do whatever you want. We're staying here in our own country. We're minding our own business. But then that changed in a big way. Why? Then for discussion question 2, the atomic bombs at the end of World War II. That was President Truman. President Roosevelt passed away in April, I think, of 1945. President Truman was thrust into the presidency and had to make this decision in just months, just really weeks. It was fast and it was weighty and it was horrible. So why? Why did he make the decision to use them? And then obviously we examine these events with the benefit of hindsight. So bear that in mind. When you're deciding why something happened in history, you really want to try as much as you can to put yourselves in the shoes of 1945. And that's really hard. We suffer from what they call presentism. We examine events from right now, from our perspective. It's very difficult to put ourselves in a place we really haven't been. But that's what you're looking at when you're examining history. What was going on? What were the pressures? Because we can look back at something and say, yes, that was right, or no, that was a horrible mistake. They don't have that. They're in the moment. It's kind of like in our lives. Do you ever make a wrong decision in your life? We're doing the best we can with the information we have. But often, as we go along, we get some more information, and then we realize, ooh, mistake, let's fix it. So, also you have a worksheet this week, 20th Century Wars and Depression. Pay attention to those word counts and the source requirements. Reach out with questions, remember participation, and have a great week.